Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading A Furina Listener by me. So let's get into it. You wake to frantic knocking at your door at an ungodly hour. You look out the window and the sun isn't even out yet. Groggily you stumble to the door, expecting a neighbor with an emergency, or perhaps a very dedicated mail carrier. Instead, you are met with Furina. She's wearing an enormous hat, and you mean enormous. The kind that belongs in a period drama about excessive novelty. It's pulled down so far you can barely see her eyes. And she's also wearing sunglasses. At night, and a scarf wrapped around her head, despite the warm weather. I need your help, she hisses, oddly quiet, pushing past you into your apartment. Close the door. Lock it. Draw the curtains. Furina, what? Do it! There is a note of panic in her voice that makes you comply immediately. You've known Fina long enough to recognize when she's performing dramatics and when something is genuinely wrong. This was the latter, unfortunately. Once you've secured the apartment against the outside world, you turn to find her standing in your living room, trembling slightly. Okay, now. What's going on? You have to promise not to laugh. I promise. You have to promise not to scream. I promise. You have to promise not to tell anyone. Furina, just show me. She takes a shaky breath. Then, with the air of someone facing their executioner, she removes the sunglasses. Then the scarf, then finally, the absolutely ridiculous hat. You blink. Perched atop her head, and nestled in her hair, are two perfectly formed cat ears. They're the same color as her hair, with the soft-looking fur, and as you watch in amazement, they swivel towards you, alert and undeniably real. Oh my god. You promised not to scream. I'm not screaming, I'm just... Wow, these are fascinating. Furina, are those real? Of course they're real. Do you think I would wear fake cat ears and then have a breakdown in your apartment in the middle of the night? I have some dignity. One of the ears switches, undermining her statement somewhat. How did this happen? I don't know. She throws her hands up in exasperation, and you notice she's still in her pajamas. Silk, naturally, with little water droplets embroidered on them. I went to bed perfectly normal and I woke up like this. I thought I was dreaming, but then I touched them and I can feel through them. Do you understand? I have 4 ears now. 4. You're trying very hard to process this. Have you, tried, I don't know, contacting a doctor? Or maybe someone with expertise in unusual phenomena? And tell them what, exactly? Hello, yes, I'm the famous Furina beloved performer of Fontaine, and your previous Archon, and I've spontaneously grown cat ears overnight. The whole of Fontaine would know by lunch. She's working herself into a proper panic now, and you can see her eyes starting to glisten with tears. The ears flatten completely against her head, and something about that vulnerable gesture makes your heart clench. Hey, it's going to be okay. We'll figure this out. How can you say that? This is a disaster. This is... What if they don't go away? You settle beside her, and after a moment's hesitation, you ask, May I? She looks at you suspiciously. May you what? You gesture toward the ears. I just want to see if, I don't know, maybe there's a clue to what caused this? To be honest, you simply wanted to touch them, but you weren't sure if you could say that. Furina hesitates, then nods stiffly. Fine, but be gentle. And carefully, so carefully, you reach up and touch the tip of one ear. It's incredibly soft, the fur silky under your fingertips. The ear twitches at your touch, and Furina makes a small surprised sound. That's so strange. I can feel it, like they've always been here. You examine them as best as you can without causing discomfort. They seem perfectly natural and perfectly formed. Did you eat anything unusual yesterday? Touch any strange artifacts? Offend any supernatural entities? Um, I had macaroons for lunch, attended rehearsal, performed in the evening, and went home. Although there was this really strange cat. It was a stray cat near the stage door, and it seemed hurt, so I decided to heal it a little bit. It seemed far too cruel to leave it suffering. You sat back, thinking. Maybe it was grateful? Some cats are said to have unusual powers. So you're saying I'm the victim of overly enthusiastic cat gratitude? How perfectly absurd. Actually, they're kind of cute. Cute? I don't want to look cute now. I am elegant, sophisticated, and commanding. Okay, maybe not the latter because of your height. She looks offended, crossing her arms. Mind you, I am 5 centuries old, so to most people I'm very commanding. Sure thing. You reach out, gently scratching behind one of her ears. And then she purrs, leaning into your hand instinctively. And when she realizes, she jerks back, face flushed by dread. I did not just. That was. That was you. Me? Sure, if you want to believe that. That was adorable, though. She shakes her head, grabbing a pillow and punching you in the face with it, and you can't help but laugh. You know, this might just be your fault. What if you were the one who cursed me with cat ears? Curse? Furina, that's a blessing. You look amazing. She just shoots you a glare. I am going to bed. Don't come up. But wait, Furina, that's my house. I said what I said. And you just stay there, absolutely stunned as you stayed on the couch. But then again, you didn't really mind. If it made her more comfortable to stay the night, you weren't going to complain.